My GE dishwasher is 2 years old. It beeps telling us the door is open.
Can you guesstimate how old your GE is? And just to clarify, what's the exact model?
GDT 655 SSJ0SS 2 years old.
Do you plan on doing the work yourself?
If I can identify the issue, I will. I am an engineer.
Anything else we should know to help you best?
And you help diagnose the issue. I use the error mode and it reports the door is open constantly. I bypass the switches in the door latch and it still reports the door is open always. I lean towards a bad control board but hate to spend $100 on a control board if it can be avoided.
This is Mark and I'll be assisting you. Ignore the phone call requests, they are not me, the site sends those, and if you know that the door latch is good, and you bypassed it properly, then you can try to put it into a test mode, and if you have already, then the control is bad.
I use the error mode, which the first thing it checks is the door status. It always shows open. I bypass the door latch by shorting all 3 wires together. The wires are 1 signal line, then 2 switch outputs. Is this correct way to bypass the door latch?
I would need to check the wiring diagram to know if you tested that correctly. I'm checking for the manual now. Did you get an F33 error? Or what was the error code?
It blinks the LEDs. If they all blink, the door is open. If they stay lit constant, door is closed.
Well, if you did not get an error code, then it appears that the door switch is bad. I'm trying to find the wiring diagram. It's also going to be on the tech sheet that you can find on the dishwasher too. That might be of great assistance to you. It should be on the unit, probably on the side of unit in a plastic sleeve.
I just attached a couple images of the diagram of the door latch.
You only want to connect 1 and 3 together and then 1 and 2 together. Not all 3 connected in series. You don't want 2 and 3 connected together in the same circuit.
It doesn't give any error codes in this mode.
Yeah, this unit is usually not going to have error codes for the door switch, as most of the time when you are putting it into test mode, the door is open. So they usually omit that from the equation. If it were me, I would assume the door latch/switch was bad and replace that. I don't think this has to do with the control at all. Now on testing the door latch. Let me check to see what those switches are in the sense of if they are normally open or normally closed, which would determine the way you would connect wires to test it.
Okay, the image shows normally open, correct.
It is probably going to have a small notifier on the pins like it should say no or NC on them. And I think one of those switches tells the unit the door is closed and the other tells it if the door is open. So I'm thinking that it's possible that you only want to connect one of those at a time. And yes, from the wiring schematic it shows that they are normally open, but I would just double check it anyway. If there is not a no or NC, then we can assume that they are no. I'm just not able to determine from the diagram what those switches are exactly to when they communicate with the control board. I see where they connect to the board, but it doesn't provide much other info on that. I suppose that by closing both switches, then you should theoretically tell the board that the door is closed.
Nowhere on the drawing does it show that it is no or NC. I have door latch on order, but I have convinced myself it's not the latch, but guess I'll have to try it and see, just have to wait a week to get it.
There is nothing else connected into that circuit, so it's got to be something in the door switch. I would go with that. The drawing shows the gates open on the actual switch. So if they are open, that means that they are normally open in the normal state. When you close the door, those switches close. I'm fairly confident you were correct in ordering the door latch. Nice job. And I wouldn't worry that you think something else might be wrong with it.
Any idea why bypassing the door latch doesn't work? For the drawing, when both switches are closed, all 3 pins get shorted together. I have also tried each individually, unless it monitors a timing of the closure, which is possible, I guess.
No, that is not correct. All 3 should not be connected. Otherwise they wouldn't have made 3 wires.
Okay, I'll try the door latch and hope that fixes it. Thanks for the help.
They would have just made 2 wires. But there are 2 different switches on that latch. I'm just not sure what switch is activated when you close the door, and then when you open the door, another of the switches might close. It's really not easy to determine without being there. You can put a tester on 1 and 3. Close and then open the switch. You should get continuity on one state, then not on the other, then test 1 and 2. Close and open the switch. Was there continuity on one state and not the other?
I may try that. It means removing the latch again. Maybe tomorrow.
At any rate, isolate each of those switches by testing 1 and 2, then 1 and 3 open and close the latch switch, and on each test, you should have continuity on one state and then not the other. If you get any other reading, then you know that one of those switches is bad. And then you got it. Yeah, I'm sure you got it right, no need to test it again. Hope I helped. If you have time, a good rating would get me paid. I'm an independent contractor that only gets paid on good rated questions. Have a great night.
Will do.
Awesome, thanks.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.